Hey guys, so today I'm sharing my fertility story and how it ended. It's going to shock you. How I got pregnant is unlike what you know, what the doctors are telling you, or what every other person out there is telling you. So make sure you watch this story to the end. I got married sometime around February 2021. Initially, when me and my husband got married, the plan was that we are not going to have kids yet. We are just going to give ourselves like 2 years to kind of live together and before we start having kids. But 3 months into the marriage, pressure started. Pressure from friends, from family. What's happening? Why are you not pregnant yet? I want to come and do what's it called? Oh god. Hey, what's happening? I think you begin to see your friends that you got married before, they are now pregnant. Jeez. And this was not the plan. And I go back to my husband. Alpha, what? He said, this is not the plan now. I'm like, no. I think we should start trying. And then we started trying. We tried 6 months, 8 months, 1 year. Wow, nothing was happening. And the pressure was so much. Pressure from my relative, from my parents, from my husband's side. The pressure was so much that at 1 year we started to see a gynecologist, and then they had to do some tests for me, which is the first thing that your doctor is going to do for you if you're trying to conceive. They are going to do hormonal profile where they will check your hormones, the FSH, the follicle stimulating hormone, the luteinizing hormone, prolactin, and your progesterone level. So all this will be checked for you. So when they do all of these tests, the result of this test now determines the direction at which the doctor is going to treat you. So when I did all of these tests, my prolactin level was actually high, which I was placed on cabergoline. I am going to do another video talking about all of this drug properly, but this one is especially for my story. So they placed me on cabergoline, they gave me some drugs, and with the test, they kind of diagnosed that I was not ovulating, so I was given some medications to help me ovulate, and one of them was letrozole. I was also placed on some injections, menopause and HCG. These medications are actually very expensive, especially the injections. They were really expensive, but I was really desperate and I had to go for it. My insurance didn't cover for it because most of them were branded medications, so I had to carry that. So we did all of that, and my gynecologist actually advised me there were some foods I was to stay off, there were some foods I was to eat. So my next video I'm going to talk about this food and the one you need to eat. So I did them for 3 months. I was on this drug for like 3 months, back-to-back cycle. They were monitoring my ovulation, doing scans. I was doing scans basically every 4 days just to check if my eggs were growing and all of that. And at the end, menstruation still comes. I would cry my eyes out. So it's continued for like 6 months. I was on this drug back to back and nothing was happening. So the last one was so devastating. I told my husband, I am done. I am not doing again. I don't just I want to forget pregnancy for now. I want to forget having a child for now. I just want to do something else. I want to do something different. And he was like, oh, men now, pressure hardly gets to them unlike women. So he was like, okay, fine. I think I was working actually at that time. I was working full time, but he was of the opinion that I go back to school, even if I don't want to quit my job, because I love what I do. I am a pharmacist and I love it. So he was like, why don't you go back to school? You can actually study part-time. I said, okay, fine. And I started looking for schools I can probably attend, that I can school and also work as at the same time. I stopped all my medications, everything. I was on folic acid from the 6th month after my marriage. Nothing happened. I stopped both the folic acid, the carbapenem, the letrozole, the injections, everything. I basically stopped. All the persons that were pressuring me, calling me, I cut them off. Yes, read my lip. I cut them off. I was not taking their calls. And if you are the type at work that gives me that vibe of you've been married for over a year and you don't have a child, I cut you off. I make sure that nothing brings us close. I just give them space. That was what I did. I decided to live happily whether or not I have a child. I decided to cut all these things off, and I was only with people that makes me happy, people that doesn't really talk about that, people that was not concerned whether I've been married for over a year and there is no child. Lo and behold, there is a part that you see that very month that I stopped all my drugs, that I decided to do what makes me happy. I decided to live happily. I decided to choose that my happiness is not going to depend on whether I get pregnant or not, or whether I have a child or not. That was the month it happened. Yes. So normally I don't even wait for me to miss my menstrual as a period before I start using a pregnancy test strip. But this time around, I was just expecting it as normal. I even went to work that day wearing a pad. Yes, because I was expecting it. I'm done expecting pregnancy. Nothing came. I got home. I went back the next day, still using, because I was actually having some cramps, like, okay, menstruation is close. I used pad again, still nothing happened. It happened like that for a week. I didn't even tell my husband what was going on. And then I just decided, okay, let me just buy this strip and let me just check. If not, then I go back and see the doctor and know why my menstruation is not coming. My mind was not even in pregnancy. And then I went to the bathroom, I pee on the stick, and I saw that 2 lines, almost 2 lines. I could not believe my eyes, because now I was not on any drugs or anything. I could not believe my eyes. I was just dumb. The next thing that I could do was to kneel down in my bathroom. I just knelt down and I was like, Lord, it is obvious that you are the one that does this thing. No drugs, no doctors, not any of the things that we think makes it happen. It's really God. God is the one that came through for me. And I want to also advise, pressure, you see, stress, emotional stress has a way of tampering with your hormones, and when your hormones are tampered with, you will not be able to conceive. So when you are having those emotional stress or physical stress, your hormones will not be balanced, and it will be very difficult for you to get pregnant. I hope you enjoyed this story. So if you did, I want you to subscribe. So in my next video, I am going to be telling you food you can eat that can help you get pregnant. Yes, all of this food, they actually did help me, though it was not when I thought it was going to come, but I would say they still contributed. If you are new here, my name is Jade. Here I talk about fertility, pregnancy, motherhood, parenting tips, and everything baby. So if these are things you are interested in, you want to hit the subscribe button and click the notification bell, so that when I post videos about this stuff, you will be notified about it.